There is a quiet kind of pain that comes when you settle in love. Not the loud kind of heartbreak, not the dramatic kind, but the quiet kind. The kind where you tell yourself, maybe this is just how relationships are. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I should just be grateful someone chose me. But deep down, something doesn't sit right. You don't feel chosen, you feel tolerated. You don't feel cherished, you feel convenient. You don't feel safe, you feel anxious. If you ever felt that, this episode is for you. Because settling for less doesn't start with low standards. It starts with survival. Starts with past wounds. It starts with being taught that love has to be earned. And today we're going to talk about the signs that you're settling for less than you actually deserve in love. And why you learn to accept less in the first place. Stay with me. Settling doesn't always look like staying with someone who treats you badly. Sometimes it looks like staying with someone who treats you just okay. Settling can look like feeling emotionally lonely in a relationship, being the one who always initiates conversations, being the one who adjusts, explains, forgives, feeling unseen, but telling yourself it's not that bad. Shrinking your needs so you don't feel like a burden. You might tell yourself, at least he doesn't cheat. At least he's not abusive. At least I'm not alone. But love isn't supposed to feel like an absence of harm. Love is supposed to feel like presence, care, emotional safety, and consistency. Sign 1. You feel grateful for the bare minimum. If you ever caught yourself being thankful when your partner texts you back, shows up sometimes, does what they promise, gives you basic respect, that's a sign that your nervous system has learned to survive on crumbs. Love shouldn't feel like a surprise when someone shows basic effort. Consistency is not a gift, it's a foundation. Sign 2. You're always understanding your own neglect. You make excuses for their absence. You say things like, he's just busy. He doesn't know how to express emotions. I don't want to pressure him. Understanding becomes a way to abandon yourself, and empathy becomes a way to tolerate your own unmet needs. Love doesn't require you to be endlessly patient with someone who isn't meeting you halfway. Sign 3. You feel like you're too much. If you've been told you're too emotional, too needy, too sensitive, too intense, you may have learned to lower your expectations instead of raising your standards. But needing emotional presence is not being too much. Wanting clarity is not being demanding. Desiring consistency is not being clingy. You're not too much. You're just asking the wrong person to meet your needs. Sign 4. You feel anxious instead of feeling safe. Your body knows before your mind does. So if you feel on edge, unsure where you stand, afraid to speak up, nervous about being replaced, like you have to perform to be chosen, that's not love. That's attachment mixed with fear. Healthy love feels grounding. It feels steady. It doesn't make you question your worth. Most women don't settle because they don't know their own worth. They settle because they learn to survive emotionally. If you grew up not feeling emotionally chosen, having to earn love, being praised for being easy, being rewarded for self-sacrifice, being taught that your needs were inconvenient, your nervous system may confuse emotional neglect with normal love. So when someone gives you partial love, your body says, wow, this feels familiar. Familiar doesn't mean healthy. It means it matches an old pattern. The cost of settling is slow. It doesn't hit all at once. You lose your voice, your emotional energy, your sense of self, your standards, your joy. You start to feel smaller in your own life. And that's the quiet grief for settling. Choosing yourself doesn't always mean leaving immediately. Sometimes it starts with honesty. It looks like noticing when your needs aren't met, allowing yourself to feel disappointed, asking for what you need without shame, paying attention to patterns, not promises, believing people when they show you their capacity, and sometimes choosing yourself does mean walking away. Not because the other person is evil, but because the relationship requires you to become smaller to stay. You don't need to be tolerated. You need more truth. You don't need to learn how to endure less. You need to learn how to expect more. More presence, more emotional honesty, more effort, more safety. Your standards are not a threat to real love. They are what protects you from staying where you are only half loved. If this episode resonated, I want you to comment down below. I am no longer settling for less. Not as a declaration of perfection, but as a commitment to awareness. You are not asking for too much. You're learning how to stop asking the wrong people to meet you at the level you deserve. And remember, when you choose yourself, you don't lose love. You make space for the kind of love that doesn't require you to shrink. If this message helped you feel seen, like the video so another woman can find the words that she needs tonight. Subscribe to become part of a growing community of women who are choosing self-respect over survival. And share this with someone who needs the reminder that love is not supposed to feel settling. You choosing yourself breaks the cycle. You honoring your worth breaks the pattern. You walking away from what diminishes you breaks the chain. And I am very proud of you for being here today. So let's keep growing and healing together, and I'll see you here tomorrow. Bye.